Hello and welcome to Dark Sun 2, Wake of Ravager. Wake of the Ravager? I don't think it's Wake of Ravager. Anyway, so, the last time we were in this series, we beat the first game. Hooray! Normally importing your characters between games is relatively straightforward, but for some reason, this version took me way too long and having to look up a lot of stuff online. But I finally did. And also, the import isn't perfect. Also, my goodness, the music choice in this is a lot more hard rock than the first one. So, you will be creating characters by importing them. Press right mouse button. Add. So, I changed up both Yansu Felskina and Saldura Hallbuck. So, we will import Sal. And Sal is a gladiator, not a fighter cleric. And we're gonna bring in Yansu. And Yansu is a druid thief rather than a cleric thief. Druids actually have all of the healing spells that I was missing from the first game. And then, of course, we'll bring in Alyssa. Alyssa hasn't changed. Still a Preserver Cleric Ranger. And finally, Gildy. And if you notice, they've updated the icons. I don't really think for the better. But let's go into inventory. Now, if you've noticed, a lot of this stuff is just all wrong. So they updated stuff in between games, and not all of the items went through. For most of them, you gain money for it, which is good. You get 20,000. And notice this isn't obsidian chips, it's just copper pieces. Like, for some reason, bone brigandine armor is on my head. Also, the arm and leg armors are swapped up. And yeah. We'll be sending that to you. We do have some helmets. More money. And this one's all full. Some more money. Leather L's shield. This one's got stuff. Metal magic weapon. Stone dagger. And just a random necklace. I'll wear it. So, because I made Yansu into a druid, Yansu will not be able to wear metal armor anymore, which is a bit of an issue. I can use metal weapons, so, you know, we'll definitely keep a hold of those. And now, instead of everything labeled as, like, fruits or guavas, etc., they're just called fruit, or lemons and guavas. Which is a little annoying. We do have potions. Looks like a potion of haste. Improved haste. Well, I'm definitely going to keep my hand on those. Let's see here. And some chakatas. Which, yeah, they're only like +1. Scrolls. My arrows. No one else has anything on their feet? Nope. Now, I could have left the extra armor on them, and it would have improved their armor class, but I don't want to cheese as much as I already have. This is a rod, apparently. Rod of dismissal. Okay. So everyone is set up with their gear. We've got... Apparently the metal dragon's blade has gone back to an obsidian dragon's blade, but it's still +4. I forgot what that necklace does. Enhanced strength. Except that increases your defense, or your dexterity, which, I mean, I'll take. And that casts slow. Lend health? I mean, that's not the worst thing. No. Cannot wear that. Oh, because it's now considered a rod for some reason. Like I said, things are all kind of crazy now. Okay. That should be good for this very minute. So, let's start it up. We'll be seeing that often, frequently. Come on, game.
Welcome back to the Dark Sun world.
Thank you.
me to the Veiled Alliance. An evil has crept into Tyr which will destroy us all. I have seen it.
So we now have voice acting. For the good and the bad of that. What'd you see?
He was a nightmare come to life, the very face of death. But there's no time to explain. We must get to the Veiled Alliance headquarters at once. Arslan will help.
All right. Well, so much for you. Draxan. Guessing you're bad news. Still got that jazzy tunes going. Now, because I've imported characters, apparently enemies will be a little harder. Or maybe much harder. Party member receives 10,000 experience points. Of worth is the arrow. Okay, well, this one's definitely going to be a lot slower than the previous game. I'll tell you that. get the scroll. Actually, no, halflings don't wear shoes. Scott Bakula. You are to meet our contacts at the caravan gate to go immediately to the Veiled Alliance headquarters. Arslan can help you in this before meeting in contact, though I want you to check out the rumors about the Templar. It's no doubt another ghost story, but now's not the time to be careless. Matthias. Well, that sounds familiar. Hi, Caravan Master. I don't want any trouble in here. Keep that nonsense out in the street. Did you know the woman who was killed? I don't know who you're talking about. Did you see who attacked me in the streets? I didn't see anything. Don't you have anything useful to say? Of course I do. It's part of my job, helping visitors find their way in Tyr. Oh, yeah. What can you tell me about Tyr? Tyr is a marvelous city, the best you'll find anywhere in Atlas. It's also the only city that has no slaves, nor even a sorcerer king, which one could say goes hand in hand. That makes sense. Yeah, recommend a place to buy goods? Best shops are straight up the main street here. It's also Shadow Square on the west side of town. They're all thieves and con artists over there. Why don't you like the Shadow Square? Merchants there in the drift in the desert wins one day, gone the next. Can't trust people like that. My caravans only sell their wares to legitimate shops. It's where you'll find the finest goods. Is there an inn where I can rest? Yeah, I would recommend the Harbinger's Roost. Fine boarding house. Just go back, get back at this office as a matter of fact. Go right at the first street north of here. Okay. What happened to Tyr's king? Who are you? I'm Ubito, Caravan Master. Responsible for making sure all the caravans in and out of Tyr are legitimate. Necessary measure. You understand with all the scum that's been flocking to Tyr. What trouble is Tyr having? Ever since Kalik was killed, it seemed every thug and cut person Atlas has paid Tyr a visit. I think that without a king, there must not be any law. What happened to Tyr's king? Kalik, the sorcerer king, was slain by the gladiator Rikus. Though rumors say treason on a high level was involved. Can imagine the ruckus his death and called. Tyr's only now beginning to settle down. Alright, bye. Goodbye. How we doing? Money for the poor, master? Here, I'll give you some cash. I'm not giving it all, but I'll give $1,000. So Laura Hallbuck receives 2,500 experience points. Thank you so much. Heard any recent gossip? Say a man has been seen sneaking in the back of the entrance to the High Bureaus, and the next day the overseer of the fields is dead. It's not the kind of news I'd like to hear, but there it is. Why must you beg on the streets? I was an adventurer like you before I tussled with a fire drake, and then I took an arrow to the knee. I ran before it could grab me, but just being near the thing left me unable to hold a sword. The heat it blasted with did something to my muscles. Fighting was the only skill I had, but a lame fighter is a worthless one. Very kind. I'm honored to have talked with you. Goodbye. Oh, no problem. Pedestrian. Hi. I'm sorry, but I'm in a hurry right now. Is this important? What's the latest goss? I was told by a woman struck down in the streets by a bolt of magic. It's a bad omen, that's what it is. Why are you in a hurry? Trying to buy some leather, but with the prices of tanners are charging, I'd be better off doing it myself. Uh-oh. Goodbye. Well, so the price of leather goods are high rather than metal goods. I guess we'll find more about that next time. When we come back, folks, I guess it's time for the Ravager to wake. Have a good one, folks.